Welcome to Mishna study Masachet Maasrot Perek Gimal Mishna Tet. Very similar to last Mishnah. Now we're going to speak about a vine. Person has a grapevine that's growing in his courtyard. So last Mishnah we spoke about a fig tree. What's going to be the law by a grapevine? So Gefen Shin Tu'a B'Hatzer. Person has a vine that's planted in his courtyard. Notelet Kol Ha'eshkol. Right, he go ahead and pick off the entire cluster of grapes. Right, this is going to be the opinion of Rabbi Tarfon. You don't have to separate one grape off. You could take a cluster of grapes. You're allowed to take a whole pomegranate. You're also allowed to go ahead and take one watermelon. Rabbi Akiva comes and he argues, you could pick one grape off of the cluster. You can't pick a whole cluster of grapes. If it's growing in your courtyard, then you're not allowed to. If it's in the field, you can take a cluster of grapes. You can use it as a snack. If it's in your courtyard, you're allowed to pick one grape at a time. Uporet barimon, one seed, right, at a time of a pomegranate. Vesofet ba'avatiach, you can have a little slice at a time of a watermelon. You can't have the whole thing. Let's say a coriander that's growing in the courtyard. They go ahead and pick one leaf at a time, and you can eat it. And if you bring them together, it's going to be obligated. Right? So Hanabam would translate this as it would be savory. Ezov, right? It translates it as Zatar, right? Zatar, which is hyssop, and Zatar comes from there. Koranit, that's thyme, right? So all these three, if it's growing in the courtyard. If they're protected, they would be hayab. Now, what's the chidush over here? We already said in the first Mishnah of our Masachet, right? That three conditions, three criteria, right, for something to be obligated in Maasrot. And one of them is that it can't be hefker. It needs to be something that people, right, want to keep. It belongs to someone. Right, so this seems to be a little redundant. Harambam says, he points out and he goes, look, there are certain plants like these that we just mentioned, right? The thyme, the hyssop, the savory, they would grow, randomly. They would just grow on their own. And sometimes they'll even just grow in someone's yard. And the point of the Mishnah over here is even though he may not have planted them, if they're protected, he wants them there, and they're he's claiming them, then they're going to be obligated in the Maasrot, and halacha is like Rabbi Akiva.